Oh no.
We're live.
Hello, everybody.
Hi,
Welcome,
world.
welcome
Hello.
to episode 13. Number lucky 13. I said number lucky. Lucky number
Lucky
13.
Ladies and gentlemen, number lucky 13 today.
Number lucky 13 of the Level Unlocked podcast, the greatest
It's a good
place
title.
on the internet for video game news, fun, and pure randomness. I
Oh
am
boy, do we have pure randomness tonight? Because I got
Pure
some stories to tell you.
always.
Yeah?
I am myself, Mr. Jeremy Captain _ Geech Walker. That's Geech, not Gooch, not Gotch, Geech 15. Next to me are my two amazing co-hosts, Mr. Splash Screen Gaming Jeff Schroeder and
What's up?
Mr. James.
Schrodinger's splash screen.
Exactly.
Schrodinger's
then-
splash screen.
Yeah,
As
it's
always,
both splashed and not splashed at the same time.
splashing
That's the thing
all
you
over the
don't
place, baby. Jumping in the pool and splash you get.
It's both splashed and not splashed at the same time.
Exactly.
The science.
All the splashes. And then Mr. White Headphones himself, Mr. James People I Hate Studios, and I Hate
Yeah.
People 10, Scalzooters.
I hate people 10. No.
Oh,
People
People
I
I
Hate
Hate
10.
10. My bad.
Well, I hate 10. Yeah.
What did I say?
I hate people 10.
That would be a perfect name.
That's that's
I
gonna be
tend
my
to
like. That's gonna be like my one fan.
No.
They're gonna make like an account that's just that on like Twitter.
I hate People I Hate 10. How many people do you hate? Only 10. Don't
10,
make
only 10.
don't
You know
make
why
the
it's-
list.
You know why it's 10?
No, why?
That's all the room you have for?
No, because people I hate was taken.
Oh, that works. Do not be on the list of the 10 most hated people that I hate. Do not get on the list.
Don't get on the list.
Don't do that to yourself. Don't
Anyways, welcome to another amazing episode. Thank you for everyone who's been hanging out, up to 187 strong.
Yeah, we're-
shooting
And
for the
one person in the UK.
yes, which is
Thanks
huge.
to our one UK listener.
Thank you
We're
wherever you
Astro,
are.
Baby.
What?
Get it overseas.
Yeah, we got Canada and we got a dude. We got a bro over in the UK.
Heck yeah, man. Hopefully that stems to Mexico soon. I'm only an hour away. Let's go, guys. Let's see what we got. Hopefully next episode we're shooting for the big 200, which would be absolutely phenomenal. 13
Oh, yeah.
episodes, 200 downloads. It's pretty solid. I appreciate everybody.
That would be good.
But anyways, let's start off with how everyone is doing today. Mr. Schroeder, because I know, James, you got a lot, so let's go with Schroeder. How
do.
you doing? What's up, man? How you been? How's the week going? How's the project?
I have been
Yeah,
having...
how's the server?
It's amazing. It is awesome. I've not gotten much sleep. I've not eaten much food or drank much water. Thank God I have the monitor light for sustenance.
That's all you
No,
need.
it's going. Yeah, it's going pretty good. Put a lot of hours into it. Me and my buddy Mark are really killing it. But that's about it. It's been epically lame on my part. Otherwise, I haven't done anything else. That's literally all I've been doing. No joke. Like, I can't wait for it to be done just so that I can
Yeah.
sit back. But I'm
You could
thinking
do
we're
some
gonna
other
be.
things.
Yeah, we're gonna be opening it up to beta, possibly this week.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
Yeah, because we got to test out the villain stuff, and in order to do that, you have to have 2 cops online, and then whoever's doing the villainry, and it's usually just Mark and I, and sometimes my buddy Acid, Acid jumps on too. He's actually the one that is paying for the server,
Oh,
so he
nice.
jumps on and he tinkers around as well. So it's been a lot of fun, but that's kind of literally all I've been doing. But
Hey man, for those who
progress.
don't know, Grand Theft Auto 5 server is what he's making. It's gonna be epic. So
gonna be
stay
pretty good.
stay tuned
we're-
for it.
Yeah, we're going through and we're kind of literally hand scrubbing every single mod that we add, and there's a lot of them, dude. There's like 250 mods, and every
Holy
one of them,
shit.
yes, and well, some of them work right out of the box, but I don't know if most or not because that's a lot. There really is like 250, and a lot of them do not work right out of the box, or they don't work correctly, or they're just not optimized. So our game plan is to basically go through and make it fucking perfect, as close to perfect as we can get. And there's all types of really cool interactive stuff that takes it out of game. Like one of the jobs, for instance, is a reporter. So what we're going to do with the reporter's role is we're actually going to whitelist that character to have access to or it's going to be a whitelisted job. So the only way to get the job is to like know one of the moderators or one of the, you know what I mean? Yeah, and like actually apply for it, because that will give them access to a Google Docs sheet. And when they make edits to the Google Docs sheet, in game there's a tablet. You open up a tab, you open up this tablet and click on the button for news, and it shows that Google Doc.
Oh, that's cool.
That's disgusting.
So,
Is that like
yeah,
interview questions and shit?
Huh?
Is that like interview questions?
Yeah. Well, that's the that's the journalist job, and that's the reporter job. So the journalist job has the same type of permissions, and they make money from the moderators. The moderators pay them per article they write. And the idea is that there's literally living, breathing humans that are actually keeping up on the news articles of what's going on within the server, as far as communities within the server.
That's phenomenal. That's
And
disgusting.
I can imagine also
Super cool.
if there's like a crime scene going on, they might go over there and write
Yes.
articles about that.
So that's why they would have the job is whitelisted, because it kind of gives them. I'm pretty sure we're going to set it up this way. I don't know 100%, but it gives them the ability to teleport.
Oh, okay.
So if there's something crazy going on, they can get to the scene before the craziness is over.
Oh, what's the movie from Jake Gyllenhaal where he's a
You know what I mean?
reporter? I can't think of it. Something to think about incorporating. But Jake Gyllenhaal it's a movie that he's in. I think it's like Night Owl or something, Nighthawk or something. But he's a reporter, and he's not getting.
Black Hawk Down?
No, yeah. No, he's a reporter, but none of these news stations are taking his feedback. They're not taking his reports. So what he starts doing is he starts manipulating the crime scene. He moves.
Oh, that's cool.
He moves the bodies to a certain position, takes pictures,
I do know what you're talking about.
and he starts manipulating the crime scene. So everyone's like, "How are you getting these?" He's like, "I'm just getting lucky, man."
Yep,
So
I know what
in
you're
a
talking
sense,
about.
he's like a criminal.
I did see that.
But he's also a reporter at the same time.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. I like that. But just the sense to
movie
know that
was
you
good.
you can fucking make a Google Doc and put that into the game. That's disgusting.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. Like I said, the Discord even works. So like you could be at work and pick up your phone, type something in the Discord, and they can see it in the game. And the tablet has that as well, which
That's
is
rad.
that's like some of the little tiny extra little features we're adding. I've been working on primarily getting the jobs all working and looking correctly, and uniforms right, and I've been tinkering a little bit with the items. Really, Mark's the wizard. He's the one that takes care of kind of everything else. So when suddenly you hit the button to put to go to hide in the trunk, you don't you don't go invisible, so it looks like you're hiding in a trunk.
Yeah.
I could be like, Mark, this thing is doing this, and he's like, okay, give me a minute. And he fucking wizards that shit back to life. It's pretty incredible. It's super fun. I was just talking to Geach here. Honestly, if you changed the map, this could be GTA 6, kind of, just not with a graphical overhaul.
Like its own game.
Yeah, it could be its own game. Yeah, it's pretty neat. It's pretty
That's
neat
cool.
what you can do. It's pretty neat the potential power you have with just knowing how to read and write certain types of code and stuff.
Yeah.
There's so much of that though. It's so much tinkering. It's insane. And then restarting the server, and then tinkering, changing one number and restarting the server and changing another one number,
Yeah.
restarting the server, deleting the cache. It's crazy. Like you edit the code, save it, delete the cache, restart the server, and then you can test it. And that's for every single change you make. It's so
That's
crazy.
crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Man, I can't even imagine that. How it can get almost monotonous at sometimes.
Some
just
things are.
doing like changing one small thing, having completely closed down the server and everything, change one thing, reopen it, reload into it to
And that's
see,
why-
hey, this didn't work.
Yep. And that's why we're restarting, or we're not. That's why the server isn't really open yet, because we're trying to get taking care of the things that require 13 restarts in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
or like over the course of an hour. You can't really. And the thing about it is, certain things during a server restart, certain things completely despawn. So like if you're running around, I don't know, for example, if you're a player running around doing a job, a certain vehicle spawns in and you drive to the spot and do the job, the vehicle will despawn.
Yeah.
So that time is completely wasted. So it's like, we're going through and cleaning up a lot of
Get
that
rid of the
type
big
of stuff.
things first.
Yeah, and then once we have all the big things all ironed out, then we'll move into the the next phase, which is at the present moment we're almost ready to start testing the criminal stuff, and then once we know all the criminal stuff works, I think we're good to go.
Wow.
Do you know how many different jobs you currently got?
Oh my heavens, I
Bunch.
got actually here.
Let me pull it up.
Yeah. Actually, because I'm working on just like how the news reporter works
Mhm.
with writing into the Google Doc. I'm doing that with the jobs. So when you open the tablet up, there's a jobs section, and it has all of the jobs and all the descriptions, and it's all customized. Like, that's what I'm saying, man. There's a lot of
Nice.
fucking buttons to push.
There are.
I'm basically writing a fucking book while I'm doing this.
That's awesome though. Yeah, Schroeder was
Yeah.
telling me that if you change the map, you change like the buildings, it's pretty much a whole new game, which is awesome.
That's what you just said.
Oh yeah.
So,
Sorry.
like, I don't
missed
know
that.
if you guys can open this. I'm gonna put it in the thing here. See if you can open that. But that's the jobs sheet that I'm working on. It's not done. It's a work in progress. But like this is an example of. And it's funny, like when you click on the links into the table of contents, it actually works on the tablet. It'll bump you right down to that job.
Said I
pretty
needed
fucking cool.
said I needed permission. And
To view it.
yeah, I said request permission. Your request has been sent. You will receive an email once you are approved.
Hold on.
Access denied.
It's supposed to be set to public. I don't know why it's being a butt. Here.
Being the biggest butt.
Try that link maybe. Now it says published at the end of it, so maybe that's. You guys can see that one?
Yep.
Let's see.
Yeah, that one came up.
Okay.
Okay.
But it looks really cool on the tablet in the game.
Fisherman, miner.
Miner 49er. Lumberjack.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm still working through it, adding all the pictures and typing it all out, and
Did you make this on your phone or your computer? This doc.
on a computer. You could do it on the phone technically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Part of it's cut off for me.
Yeah.
I'm
that's
so
how-
stoked to see that GIFs work. I haven't tested that in the server yet, but under the reporter job, I don't know if you can see it down there, but there's a video. It's a GIF, and it's first look inside Google self-driving car, and it's somebody just fucking plowing through a bunch of people. It's hilarious.
That's
I'm hoping
funny.
it shows up in the tablet, but I don't know if it will.
That's
I'll test it
hilarious.
after we're done here tonight. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
That's awesome. No, I can't wait. I think it's gonna be epic though. It's gonna be changing though, and that's
A lot of details, man.
oh yeah. That's why I said make
Yep.
sure you do post on the social, the media, so people know you're still alive. So.
Yeah, I know. I know.
'Cause it's been what, like 2 weeks since you've actually been on. Well, you've been on like a couple times, but like.
Other than this, I haven't really been doing much.
Yeah.
This is my lifeline back to the show.
But no, that's
Or back
good,
to the
man.
internet.
It's consistency. You want to get it done. You want to make sure that it's that it's there. So that's keep it up. Don't stop.
So, if anybody
stop,
out
won't
there is
stop.
interested in joining a pretty RP fucking GTA server, let us know. And when we get it up and running, man.
Make sure you definitely throw me that the invite, 'cause I want to be a cop. I gotta practice.
Dude, that's so funny. Yeah, that's amazing. That's a great idea.
So that'd be
you
good
could
practice.
even be like commissioner of the Rangers or something. I don't know, because there is the
Sick.
job in there. There you can be a cop or you can be a ranger.
Yeah,
And I don't
okay.
know what
Yeah.
the differences are because I haven't tested the ranger job yet. But yeah, man, I'll let you know.
Nice,
That'd be
good
fun.
shit. James, you want me to go next? Or do you want to go?
Yeah, you can go next. I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna actually kind of eat a little bit.
Gotcha.
Don't mind the crunches for my chips
For
from
myself, I went hiking in the desert yesterday.
Nice.
Rolled my ankle, my other one.
Good.
Fucking hurts like shit today. My right
That's
ankle.
why I don't go out.
My right ankle I rolled twice last month. So it's still sore when I move it certain ways. Like I'm pretty sure there's some pretty big high ankle sprains. When I rolled my right ankle, I'm pretty sure so I had my dog in one hand and I was carrying the stroller in the other. My foot slid off the pavement and I rolled my ankle. My dog went flying. I went to the ground and I mooned this lady that was outside. I know for a fact I did because I had to pull up my pants. My ass was physically hanging out.
Oh my goodness.
So
You fucking white trash piece of shit.
and then like a week later, I was literally just inside of a Safeway, which is this down here's version of Giant Eagle grocery store.
Yeah.
Rolled my ankle just walking, just gave out, rolled it. Yesterday walking, had my son on my shoulders, rolled my other ankle. Luckily, I did save my son; he didn't fall. So, Dad of the Year status right there, baby. You know it. But today it hurts so bad. So that was fun.
That is a prime reason I don't go outside when I don't need to. Because you could just hurt yourself just taking a step.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was bad. And then I walked like 20 more feet and then rolled again because it gave out. I was like,
Jesus
it fucking
Christ.
hurt.
God, dude.
Scratched my knees all up from all the desert sand and rocks. So that was fun for yesterday. And then
Living on the fucking
Your
edge.
body is
Yeah.
telling you something, Walker. Your body is saying, stop.
I know, right? Me and James played with Jeremy Miller and Nick. We discovered the game of Uno.
Well, we didn't
Yeah?
discover.
Well,
We got
didn't.
back into it.
We got back into it, but the shit's
Because
fucking
everyone
intense.
has fucking Uno when you
Yes.
play when you have a 360.
But shit's intense though.
Oh,
I'm
it's
pretty.
so
I
good.
guarantee that game ruins friendships.
Oh my god. I was about to murder one of you guys
Because it's
at least 3 times.
that game it's the most fun that I think I've had in a game in a very long time.
Yeah. It was
Because
so much fun.
It's just stupid humor because you get skipped over and you get skipped over again. You get skipped over again. You're like, okay, can
And
I
then they
fucking
reverse
have a
it.
goddamn turn? It's like,
And then they reverse it, and
Yep.
then they reverse it again. Or you play a 7 and you swap hands, and then another person throws a 7 down,
Yep.
swap the same hands, and oh my god.
and then or you're about to have one card and someone throws a fucking draw 4 at you. You tell them you can go fucking kill yourself, you piece of shit. That's the language. It's very R-rated, to say the least.
Oh,
Yeah,
very, very
There you go.
R-rated.
Sounds like it.
Oh my
Not
god.
no Detective Pikachu rated PG-13 where he could say fuck at least once. No.
And the worst part is each time we played, so I had to move, as you can see in the background here, I had to move my game system, my computer setup into my bedroom.
Yeah, how did your wife like that?
Oh my god. So I'm wanting to go, are you fucking kidding me? But I have to be like, are you fucking kidding me? Like I have to like whisper, yell, because I'm so pissed that this just happened. And
Oh,
because
there were
she's trying
times there were times you cracked.
Oh, I know.
There were times he fucking cracked and he was yelling.
Oh, there was.
I would love to have seen the look of just pure disappointment and hatred on your wife's face at that
Oh
moment.
my god. I try to keep it calm. Like, okay, guys. Oh, fuck you, man. Sometimes like, fuck. I just like screamed it. Oh, it was hard to contain the anger sometimes.
Yeah, very hard.
Sounds like it.
But all of us were like that, though. It was funny. We were dying laughing. We were crying, and it was so funny. It was honestly probably one of the best streams, at least for myself, that I've done, just in terms of
Yeah, just
laughing and
entertainment.
just having fun, because it's something different, you know. It's
Yeah,
gets you out of the realm of playing the same old shit. So,
Yeah.
uh,
Well, that is funny. You said
Yeah.
that was available on what? PC and console?
yeah,
Both?
Yep.
yep,
Okay.
Steam or whatever.
and on
Um,
mobile devices.
But yeah, it was the reason why we all got it.
Gotcha.
It was on sale for $2.99, so it's not
Oh,
on
really?
it's not on sale
Yeah.
anymore. But yeah, it was beyond epic, and then we played some. They have special. You can buy a special deck that has like random magic cards in it. Um, and one of the decks that we played, it's if somebody has to draw because they don't have a card, basically this bomb goes off and you automatically pick up 5 cards. So I put it down, I'm like, fuckers, one of you's gonna draw.
Oh.
Nick goes,
Yeah.
he puts a card down, doesn't draw. Miller goes, he puts a card down, doesn't draw. James goes, puts a card down, doesn't draw. I go back, and all I do is, and you hear
sigh of disappointment.
and you hear Miller go, "You fucking just screwed yourself." And so I had to draw.
Or
Oh,
there was the
man.
one that we were playing where I threw down a card. There was one card that will throw 5 cards out to everyone who to the other 3 players who didn't play that card.
Yeah.
And then it will throw down another 5 cards to a random selection of all 4 players. I throw that down, and Walker gets all 5.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
The
spread out
first round.
between. It's supposed to be spread out between everybody. I get all 5. I'm like, how the fuck do I get all 5 cards? Like, what bullshit
And
is
then
this?
he gets another 3
Yeah.
after
Yeah,
that.
what fresh.
But no, that was so we were dying laughing. No,
What
it was,
fucking malarkey
Yeah.
is that?
Yeah.
that was like 2 plays after I screwed myself, but it was just so funny. I just. And then all of them start dying laughing because I know exactly what happened.
Yep.
And Miller was like,
Yep.
"You just played yourself."
Yep.
I know, Miller. I was there when I did it.
It's like, how does that even happen? How does that even
That's
happen?
funny.
so good.
I should have
so
clipped
good.
it. I really should have. I need to go back and clip
You
it.
can
'Cause
say,
it was,
yeah, you clip that shit.
Oh, because it was literally the funniest thing.
Oh.
It was unbelievable. And obviously, not Days Gone. James will talk about that in a second.
World War Z.
World War Z, which we did beat, kind of.
Okay. We should save that until
Okay.
after.
Yeah, we'll
Because
say
like
that.
we could talk about World War Z. We could talk about Avengers.
Yep.
Avengers.
So we'll save that. So we played that. Haven't played Call of Duty, which isn't a
No,
bad thing.
no.
And that's
It's a good
pretty much
thing.
about it. Apex is dead, so I haven't played that.
Yeah.
I need to delete that
Apex
off my.
is dead, so
Is
no
it?
one plays it.
It's only averaging about 20,000 people now.
Wow.
Oh, it's still a lot,
Only.
but you got to compete. You got to think. What was it? A month and a half ago, 2 months ago, it was at 200,000 plus.
Hmm.
And I actually have some. I actually have something interesting in my news about Apex and Titanfall. I'll talk about here in a little bit.
Or we talk about how Titanfall 3 is getting shelved for
yeah.
now.
Oh, okay. So
Is
yeah,
it?
you know, because of Apex.
Yeah.
So
We'll talk about that.
yeah, we'll talk about it. But
We'll talk about
the
it.
two kind of
About
go.
it.
The two kind of go hand in hand. So, and I told Schroeder because you weren't on yet, but I am seeking career outside of Best Buy potentially.
Oh, really?
We'll see what happens. I applied last night for the Arizona Police Academy.
That's crazy, bro.
I can see the look in confusion in James's face by the pure silence he has. It's like you're gonna say I'm
no,
too fat or like what
okay.
the fuck am I doing?
No, I am all for this. I am all for this. But you need to move back to Texas.
Yeah.
You know
so
why?
You can't be a cop.
No, he has to be a motherfucking ranger.
Yep.
So he can be Walker, Texas Ranger.
Yeah.
I fucking wish,
Yeah.
dude, that the state police in Texas make double, if not triple, than every other state in the United States.
Really?
Yeah. The Texas State Police Ranger, their average pay is when it's all said and done, $90,000.
Wow.
Yeah. That every other
Damn.
state is around 40 to 50. Some states are less. Yeah, Arizona's 42,000 for a state police
Jesus
officer.
Christ.
The Tucson police make more than the state police, which
That's
which I don't
stupid.
fucking get. That doesn't make any sense.
No.
Because I was gonna apply for the state police, and I saw the price. I'm like, okay, never mind. I guess I'll apply for the Arizona. I guess I'll apply for Tucson. So the physical test, obviously, I'm assuming I'll get. I'm assuming my application will get processed. I don't see why it would get denied.
You'll get mad Fs
Will the fit test and the written
for
test
respect.
are on June 21st. So I essentially have now until June 21st to get fit.
So
Because-
it'll be about. I give it a month
I
So
believe in you.
because it's you, man. Like you can fucking shave all that weight off in like half a month.
yeah, so that's why I joined the gym. That's why I sent you that picture yesterday, was for that. So had my chicken and rice and veggies today. My dad's making
There you go.
steak right now, so gonna eat that. But yeah, it'll be interesting because I have a strong feeling I will be one of the oldest people that apply, because you have to be 21 at the time of graduation of the academy to be accepted into it. So there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be probably 21, 22 years old,
Something like that.
if not people that are 20 going to become 21 that are going to be a
Mm-hmm.
part of this. So it's going to be me going on 30 in August, fat and out of shape, competing with these
And balding. Don't forget
And balding. competing with these fit college students. So
with luscious locks of hair.
exactly. It'll be quite interesting to see what happens, but I'm gonna try. I want to do something new. I told Schroeder I want to be different than the stereotypical police officer, because I've been watching some videos of, like, police brutality, like, why did you pull this person over? Why did you this, and this? And I want to be different, and I want to change. I want to start a change in that sense. So, and have like a sense of purpose and meaning. So that's kind of why I'm doing that.
There you go.
So we'll
You're
see.
getting close to that midlife crisis era.
Pretty
Yeah.
much is what it is.
Yeah.
Um, So we'll
How much
see.
longer to go?
We'll see what happens, but I'll keep you guys posted. But yeah, I'm starting that journey, and that'll
Well, that's
that'll be an uphill climb, but I'll get it done. I'll give you guys the weekly updates on my fat
On
to
your
fit
fitness.
Health and fitness,
Yeah.
journey.
on my fat to fit for the police academy.
Police Academy Fat. Hey, wasn't that one of the
That's a good name
sequels
for
to?
a.
Wasn't that one of the sequels to Police Academy? Wasn't that one of like the straight to DVD Police
Probably.
Academy sequels?
It's probably something like that. But yeah, so that's pretty much my biggest news. I got 2 fucked up ankles, and I applied for the police academy. So here it goes.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, I know, right?
Good week. Yeah.
What about you, James?
So first, I want to say thank you guys for complimenting me on my haircut. Fuck all you.
I can see it now that you
Totally
said that.
don't have to
Yeah,
compliment
yeah.
you on stuff anymore.
It is.
Yeah, and like notice how the beard is shaved too.
Okay,
I
now
got
that you say it, run webcam, so it's hard to say. It's hard to see, you dick.
Yeah.
So
So I had a pretty fucking eventful week. All
Did
right.
you?
Yeah, minus the whole personal shit going on that I don't want to get involved with on a podcast. Minus all that. So what was it? Friday night, I think it was. I think it was Friday. Thursday or Friday? Thursday. I almost beat the shit out of a trucker.
yes,
I almost got into a
yes, you
straight fist fight with a fucking trucker.
Oh, like a real fight, like a.
Yeah, like a real
Yeah.
fight. I almost kicked this dude's ass.
did.
So what happened was
Hell of a story.
So what happened was I was taking the highway. I was going home. Okay, and this truck pulls on, to the on ramp. I'm like, okay, so I go around it,
Yeah.
and I'm going like 55, 60, normal speed up here, and he turns on his high beams behind me. And I'm like,
Hey.
all right, asshole, fuck you, but okay, I'll live with it. The guy then proceeds to speed up next to me, and without putting on his turn signal, just cuts right in front of me, like less than a car length away.
Why?
just- Pulls up in front of me and slams on his fucking brakes.
What the fuck?
So
Why?
I slam on my brakes too and kind of swerve a
Obviously.
little out of the way. So then I'm driving. He
A-hole.
speeds up. We both get off on the same intersection or at the same exit.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. So I'm behind this guy. He turns into the get-go off the interstate, which I was also heading to.
Okay.
So I park. He parks kind of near me. Okay. And he gets out of his truck. I'm turning off my phone because I had like a podcast playing and shit. And he gets out of his car of his truck, he comes up to me while I'm still in the car, and he starts going, "Fuck you, man. Fuck you, you piece of shit. Fuck, shit. Fuck, asshole. You're an asshole, piece of shit. Fuck you." And I'm like, dude, I have no idea what I did. I have no clue.
Okay.
So then he's getting really close to me in my car. You know, he's like at my window, and I just hear him screaming through my window. You know, he's saying to fuck off, all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, dude, get away, or I'm gonna open this car door and hit you. So he keeps like, you know, egging me on and shit.
Yeah.
So I kind of open the car door and push it, you know, to get him out of the fucking way. So he gets out of the way, and I get up and I start walking into the get-go, and he's like getting in my face. He's like, "Fuck you, you piece of shit. Learn how to fucking drive, asshole. This, that, and the other thing." And I'm like, dude, what the fuck did I do? All I want to do is just go into get-go and get a drink. All right? I just want to get a drink. No biggie. And he's like still getting up on me. I'm like, listen, just for the sake of this, just to shut your face up, I'm going to say sorry for whatever the fuck I did. I'm going to say sorry. I'm going to be the bigger man here, so let's just let bygones be bygones. He goes, "No, man, fuck you, I'll lay you out right here. I'll lay your ass out right here." And I go, "Bitch, listen, all right? I will knock your fucking ass on this ground. I am not playing." So he gets up in my face more. I'm like, "Boy, you best back the fuck up. I will lay your ass down right now." So he still's like screaming into my face. And then there's these other people, like, you know, over at like the pumps and shit. They're like kind of looking. They're like,
"What the hell's going on over there?
What the fuck's going on here?" And I'm like, "Listen, you get back in your fucking truck right now so I can go in and get my goddamn drink, or I'm going to lay your ass down in front of all these fucking people and make you look humiliated." And he goes, "Pussy ass bitch," and leaves. And I'm just standing there, and these other people are looking at me. I'm like, what the fuck did I do? I'm like, all I wanted to do was get a drink and get home. That's all I want.
Yeah. Well, that's fun.
So I did that, and I get home and I'm streaming. I think we were playing World War Z or something.
Yeah, at the end of it.
And oh no, did we start off with Uno?
No, we started off with World War Z.
Yeah, because I was like fucking ranting and raving about that during the stream. I'm like, I fucking don't like this. I'm pissed. They just hear the intensity in my voice of how upset I am.
Oh, dude, he was fuming. He was fuming. He's like, "Let me fucking tell you." He sits down. "Let me fucking tell you a story." He's like, "I'm fucking pissed." I'm like, "Damn!"
Yeah, I was like, I ain't having any of this stuff.
Right. Heavens. So
that was exciting. I started playing Days Gone on PS4. So I probably put maybe about, I'd say 2 hours or so into it, 2.5, maybe 3 if I'm lucky. Hours into Days Gone. I will say, Schroeder, you look a lot like the main character.
Yeah, I can see that now that you say that.
Like even off, like, doesn't matter. Google Deacon St. John Days Gone, and you look almost identical. You look so similar.
I have no idea how to spell Deacon St. John.
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 Like St. John's Cathedral. God damn it! I need to relight my fucking cigarette. I'm still fucking heated over that.
Here, somebody put a link. Oh, that guy? You look like that guy.
Who?
You.
Me? No. Look at you.
What'd you say about my mom?
You look just like that dude. That handsome gentleman.
Oh. That's just because of the webcam. This is all messed up right now.
Yeah. You look
just
like,
I look like a post-apocalyptic zombie.
Zombie killer.
Survivalist.
Yeah. So it's about Deacon and his best bud Boozer hanging out in the post-apocalyptic Pacific Northwest.
They're just hanging out?
Pretty much. I mean, what else do you do in the post-apocalyptic zombie apocalypse?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Your best, I guess.
So, think of it. Yeah, your best.
You
So
try.
think of it like you guys probably haven't played it,
No.
but it reminds me a lot of Horizon Zero Dawn. A lot.
I've
Where
heard
it's
of it, never
very
played it.
open. It's very open, and you have to go around and like scavenge for materials and stuff like that. And there's like different outposts that you go to that have civilization. Think of kind of like Fallout almost,
Okay.
but it's less on the. It's less about it being, hundreds of years in the future, and more of like 2 years in the future.
Okay.
Okay.
After the initial outbreak. So it's about them just kind of trying to make life, just trying to be work, do
Bros.
their stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting because there's a lot of things in it that the game does phenomenally. The atmosphere is incredible. One of the very first parts of the game, you are in a tunnel, and you have Boozer in the back. Boozer's behind you, riding his motorcycle because it's heavy emphasis on biker culture. So kind of like think Fallout mixed with Sons of Anarchy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Boozer's behind you with his motorcycle with the light shining, and you're taking out what they called freakers, the zombies. And you're walking through this very dimly lit. The only light here is from the headlight from the motorcycle, and you're walking around and you're trying. You have to move cars out of the way and this kind of stuff. It's very creepy and spooky. And then, you have different weather effects that happen during the game, mostly rain, that affects things like handling when you're driving your motorcycle, or because it has a lot of emphasis on stealth. So when it's raining and there's like a thunderstorm going on, it's harder for enemies to hear you while
that's
you're walking
cool.
around. Absolutely gorgeous visuals. I mean, for the most part, gorgeous visuals for a lot of things. Other things like NPC character models, like just random Joe Schmoes that you kill, they don't look so hot. But the freakers look pretty decent. They look like just bald zombie. Think of like the zombies from 28 Days.
Okay.
The 28 Days or 28 Weeks Later.
Yeah.
Bald. They kind of look like cancer patients.
I got you.
Like terminal 20 cancer patients. So yeah, you just kind of go around, you do missions for people, you get bike parts to upgrade your motorcycle, and yeah, you just go around, have fun.
Interesting.
There are parts of it because it does have like a horde mode, like a horde feature, kind of like World War Z, where you will just have hundreds of freakers come at you at one time.
Is that in the actual game, or is that a separate thing?
It's in the actual game.
Okay.
Okay.
So like at random times.
Because
like
you all crazy.
the trailer, like you're in some kind of junkyard when you just have thousands of zombies coming at you. Like, is that actually in the game? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I haven't gotten there yet.
I got you.
But there was one point where there was during a cutscene it happened, but I can imagine it happening in game too. I have seen some in-game stuff, and I do believe it does happen. But boy, do the animations for them look rough.
Really?
Like everyone else, let's say it's running at the animations are going at like 30 frames per second, okay?
Mm-hmm.
When you have a large horde of freakers coming at you, especially in cutscenes, because it's all rendered in real time, they're
Okay.
maybe running at like 15 frames per second.
So like
You can
super
obviously
glitchy.
Yeah, you could obviously see it's missing a lot of frames.
Like it's just like stuttering. Like
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Another problem I have, and I don't know if it's saved onto my hard drive or my external drive, but the fucking loading times.
oh, I bet.
Oh my god, the loading times are atrocious.
Are they really?
Yeah, it's probably, I think I clocked one at like, to start up the game, to load into the game, I think it took me about a minute.
Wow.
That fucking floored me. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, that's
I
pretty
get it.
crazy.
I get it. There's a lot of stuff, but I mean, you got to think, you got games like GTA 5 that load pretty quick. You got Horizon Zero Dawn that load pretty quick. You got Spider-Man that loaded pretty quick when it actually decided to work, when I finally got it working.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and there's this one part where at the very beginning, I would say maybe about a mission in, Boozer gets encountered by these things called Rippers. These guys are called Rippers, which are like super like over the top religious cult people. Like they have carvings in their skin of like different things.
Fun.
And they're like, you wear the mark of the beast tattoos, we will cleanse you. And they're holding him down, and they take a blowtorch and start just burning his arm, burning the tattoo. He
Christ.
gets like 3rd-degree burns on there. And the
Come on, man,
fire,
that hurt.
the fire on it during the cutscene, it looked like a fucking JPEG or a GIF that you could find off of Google.
Really?
It looked terrible.
Ah, that's a shame.
But then, like, in other parts, there's like a barrel that had some fire in it. I'm like, this looks really good. So, and when you're riding your motorcycle, you could see the textures change on plants and trees and that kind of stuff.
Oh, so it's like rendering issues.
Yeah, and you also have things like, I mean, the motorcycles are a little unwieldy to control, but that makes sense because it's a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Right,
But
so it
it's not
hasn't
like-
been super optimized yet, basically.
No, and like I think all that stuff can be fixed in patches.
Oh, it definitely
All
will
that
be.
stuff definitely can be fixed in patches.
Right.
I cannot give a proper judgment of the game yet because, again, like I said, I am nowhere near like anywhere in the game. Only a handful of hours, if that.
But from what you've
so-
noticed so far, this is the judgment.
It's fine. It is. I would probably give it, like, right now, if I had to say right now my review for it, the score I would give it is probably like a 6.5 out of 10. That's probably what I would give it.
Okay.
Well, let us
So
let us know
it's
if it
If it gets any better.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be playing it more probably tomorrow or something like that. I was thinking about streaming it. I'll just restart the game and then just start streaming it.
Okay.
Because I think that might be fun
Oh,
for a
heck
little
yeah.
bit just to stream it.
Alright.
So might do that. Other than that, started the Dynasty Warrior or Samurai Warriors 4 Empires Let's Play with Mitchell for the YouTube channel. That game is fantastic. I love the Warriors games. Those are so much fun.
Nice.
And then went and saw Endgame.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Talk about that here in a
yeah.
minute.
How'd
Yeah,
you
we'll-
like that? Oh yeah.
We'll talk about. We'll get to it
Yeah,
after.
we'll get to that,
after we
yeah.
talk about World War Z.
Yep. So,
Alright.
you want to start or you want me to go first? Because we have two different opinions, I feel, coming into this game, so.
World War Z is one of the most boring games I've played in a long time. Not because it's bad, but because it's fucking mediocre. It is
Oh,
such a
man.
gruelingly mediocre game that has such. You can call the set pieces when they happen, like way before they happen.
Okay.
It's their main gimmick is what they use to. They made the environment to play off of the main gimmick.
Yeah.
So the hordes of zombies, you're having tons of different times where you are in a place where it's like, oh, hey, look, that's a pretty big drop. Guess what? 50 billion zombies come up there. Or, hey, look, this looks like a place that there will be a bunch of zombies that come out of. Hey, guess what? 20 minutes later, here they come.
Yeah.
My biggest problem with it is it reminds me of Left 4 Dead in a lot of ways, just without any of the charm of Left 4 Dead. whether it's
Okay.
graphically, character-wise, or environment-wise. It is very minus like a few levels. It's very like muted color-wise.
Yeah.
Jerusalem is probably the most colorful one, but that has a lot of like orange and like tan because it's this like desert.
Gotcha.
Moscow is very white because of all the snow. New York City's very gray because of the cityscape. And Tokyo is just boring.
Okay.
Tokyo has some color to it. It's still very gray, but it does have some color of it because of like the cherry blossoms, and then like some plant life and the ocean and that kind of stuff. So it has some stuff there, and I could see that, hey, you know, they probably put a lot of their time and effort into this one area,
Mhm.
into Tokyo, because it's the most appeasing to the eye.
Gotcha.
Go ahead.
Okay. I don't know
Um,
anything about it. I didn't play it.
Yeah. No, John,
Alright,
I was
so
gonna say something.
those
James,
are my
keep going.
gripes. Those are my big gripes with it.
Okay.
Oh, and the checkpoint system fucking sucks because there isn't a checkpoint system. You go 45 fucking minutes in a goddamn mission, and then you just like, oh, you die. The train driver gets eaten. And you know, oh, that's 45 minutes wasted. I'm never getting back. See you later. Walker, go.
Oh man, that's the best part.
Fucking
So-
drink.
For me, I liked it. It was
I drink to forget this game.
I like these types of games because obviously there's not much structure to it, and it's just basically go out there and fucking shoot your way through life.
Well,
Like those, I guess I like those games more than other games, compared to like your Call of Duties and shit. But some of the things they could have worked on obviously is that they 100% the interaction, the voices, stuff like that. There's no background story of the characters, so
Okay.
unless you research the characters, you don't know like why they got together, like why they survived. Like in Left 4 Dead, like they kind of explain what they're going. Like in the one mission when you have to fill up the car and the gas can, and then you end at the giant concert. Like they're talking about the concert, like, oh, this fucking guy, what Jimmy Bob, whatever his name was, I fucking love that dude, man, that's amazing.
or like that whole parts where like you're in the safe room
Yeah,
and you just hear fucking Ellis talk about how he wants to bang the one chick from Left 4 Dead 1 and what he's going to do. That gives you character. That gives you, it's not just flavored text. It develops the character and develops
see.
the world a little bit.
so yeah, that's so and that's different. That brings to life a lot of the different aspects of it, and so yeah, some of the times, obviously, when you shot somebody, don't shoot me,
Oh my god.
or if you didn't go to the mission right away,
Oh my
how
god.
much it just repeated itself. Like because at certain things you had to start, kind of like Left 4 Dead, like where you click a lever and it makes the thing go like starts dinging and stuff like that. You know, that brings on the horde. But I don't remember if Left 4 Dead did it, but if you don't do it right away and you wanted to
They
get
don't.
set up, they don't.
don't.
It just doesn't repeat itself. Hey, we got to click this lever.
It gives you that big glowing mark at the lever, and
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah,
And it
this
says like in text, get to the lever or something, or
Yeah.
get to the lever to start the horde.
one of the things your characters will constantly repeat. Hey, we got to click this. Hey, we got to click this. We got to click this. We got to do this. We got to do this.
Every 30 seconds, you don't fucking hit that lever, the game will tell you to hit the lever.
But no, it's that would be the only things. Otherwise, I like it. I know Miller likes it as well, but I like.
I liked when Miller tried to get Suscheck to
buy
buy
it.
the game, and Suscheck's like no, and Miller goes why, and Suscheck points to me. He goes, "This dude thinks it's a piece of shit. You think it's all right, and Walker loves it."
What more? What
Um,
more?
Oh, so you know how in Left 4 Dead it was kind of like very linear, but a lot of the maps had different, it was a little bigger. in scope. It was like a little bit more of like an arena shooter almost, where you had a lot of wide open areas where a lot of room to move around and breathe. But it was still on a linear path. Yeah, that doesn't happen. That doesn't really exist in World War Z. It's very corridor to corridor.
I will say I love the things you can unlock, the different advancements
some of
in
it's
the.
cool. Some of it's really cool.
You have different levels and things like that. You have specialties, like Hellraiser, Medic. I was a Gunslayer, and just different. There's different things you can level up, things along those lines. Those you have to keep playing for. I wish there was more. The levels.
There's only 4 chapters. Or there's 4 levels.
Yeah.
The first 2 have 4 chapters each. The third one has 3, and the last one has 2.
I'm assuming they're gonna release DLC and they're gonna add more to it, like Left 4 Dead.
Probably.
And I don't know if it would have taken longer or based on the difficulty we did as well. Like I guess we did a couple on easy, so that made him go a little faster.
No, that made it doable. Not make it go faster.
Well, yeah.
It made it doable.
But they some of the difficulties they should have nerfed a little bit. Like, we actually did make it pretty far. The one insane one made it like 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
Which was longer than the first time we played Insane. We died like in 20 seconds. So,
yeah.
Insanity, not Insane. Or was I don't know which one it's called.
No, it's Insane.
It is Insane.
It's insane difficulty.
But and obviously that brings another element to the game. Like that changes how you have to play it. We haven't played that enough to kind of figure out how to adapt from it. But James can't play it anymore anyways because he deleted the game.
Oh boy! So once we beat the final mission, all right, the final mission to get all the trophies for beating the missions. This is what happens. We're waiting in the lobby. And, Walker and Miller are making jokes. They're like, oh, yeah, so now we're going on to normal difficulty, right? And I'm like, okay, guys, give me 1 second. So I press the home button on the PlayStation. I go over to the game, and I fucking delete it. And they're like, oh, did James leave? James, did you get disconnected? I'm like, no, I just fucking deleted the game.
Well, because at first he's silent, and we're like, where'd James go? James. Doesn't say anything. Me and Miller are like, oh, maybe he's going to the bathroom. A couple minutes later, James, nothing. And he's like, okay, he's like, okay, I did it. And we're like, did what? I fucking deleted the game. Fuck this game.
Oh, man.
I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, I straight deleted it. Fuck this game. Never playing it again. What a waste of fucking $40.
Yeah, what a waste of $40 is right.
Oh, I was like, jeez. He's like, what if we want to play the other modes? And he like, what if we want to play more difficult modes? And he was like, you guys can fuck yourself then.
Yeah, those are my exact words.
Yep.
You can go fuck yourself then.
And he was like, if some reason down the road we decided we want to play it again, I'll consider re-downloading it, but I highly doubt it. And I was like, sheesh.
I will put it into consideration.
I will think about it.
But there is more to do, so for those who do want to play it, like, obviously, yeah, there's only the 4 levels. But if you do want to unlock every single character, you want to unlock every single achievement, Hellraiser, the different... I don't know what you even call those, categories? Like, of
perks.
Perks you can be?
Yeah, skills.
Skills, there you go. Yeah,
skill tree.
Yeah, there's like 7 different skill trees. Like I said, there's Gunslayer, there's a medic, there's a fixer, there's a bunch of different things that have different elements to it. Like obviously medic, you can heal yourself 50 times faster if you're a medic and you unlock everything. What was your final one, James? It was
Oh, I don't even remember.
I don't remember, but there's
something stupid.
Like there's some that if everyone's knocked down and you're this skill
mine,
set, you automatically get back up and you become invisible. That's what yours was.
Yeah, you become fucking straight invisible for a few seconds.
Yeah, it was like 20. You become invisible for like 20 seconds to kind of give you like an edge to get your teammates back up. But you got to play the game for however long amount of time to unlock that last skill set. Yeah. And I don't think you can buy it.
And save up the money too. Because the skills and stuff cost money.
Yeah. And then I will say the multiplayer mode was fun because
I did enjoy the multiplayer.
So you have the Battle Royale Call of Duty style 5-on-5, but you have the element of hordes of zombies coming at you at the same time. So yeah, it added a different element to it, which was kind of cool. So
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what they do in the future with this game,
Yeah.
if they add more modes or what.
The Hordes of Zombies was cool for like the first 3 or 4 set pieces. And then after that, it just became, please end.
Yep.
I'm done with this. I am tired.
Dude, there's some missions though, like you look over the mountains, it counts down.
Oh, it's impressive. Some
Um,
of the stuff is just straight impressive.
Oh yeah, you look
It
over the
looks
hills.
like fucking ants.
Yeah, you look over the hills, and all of a sudden you see the mountain range just getting covered.
Turn black.
Yeah, and it
Jesus.
gives you a time limit. Like you have this amount of time to beat the horde that's in front of you and escape before this horde comes and gets you.
Yeah.
Because what was the one?
Ah.
It was the car we had to
It was-
fix.
Yeah.
Like
Was it the car of Jerusalem?
I don't remember which one it was, but it was you had to protect the dude. You had to get the car parts, give him the car parts,
Oh yeah.
and you had to do it within
That
like
was Jerusalem, yeah.
Yeah, you had to do it with like in 2 minutes, and you still had
Well-
zombies coming at you because if you didn't, on the horizon there's this huge mountain range that there's thousands and thousands of zombies are just running at you, and then the closer you got to the zero time limit, the zombies were building a wall to get up
Yeah.
to get to you, so they started coming. Luckily,
Ah.
we beat it in time, so we didn't witness
The second time.
yeah, the second time. I thought no, was that or
No,
was it
the
3?
first time. It might have been the third time.
Yeah,
No, the second time. Because the first time we got fucking got,
yeah,
and then the second time we were like, okay, guys, this is how we play.
yep. So, but you look over the range and it just like you just see like it's freaky looking almost. It really is. It's like holy shit, this is fucking insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, the graphically wise, obviously it could have been improvement, but it still was phenomenal.
It's a $40 game on the PlayStation and
Yep.
Xbox. I mean, it's a budget title.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this game was probably, made by a small team. Oh, one thing I did learn too, speaking of small teams, this is completely off topic. The people that made whatchamacallit, Days Gone, Ben Studios,
Mm-hmm.
they made one of the worst games ever made, Bubsy 3D.
Bubsy 3D.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Bubsy.
Yeah, they made that game.
I didn't know that.
I guess it's a good
Yeah.
comeback story.
Amazing comeback story.
Yeah,
We'll see how it does financially.
yeah.
Probably great. It's a PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah, it will. And
Sony's almost sold 100 million PlayStation 4s.
their sales have gone up since the announcement of the PS5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
their stock and everything is up because of that, which is kind of
Oh
crazy.
yeah, makes sense.
But no, it was obviously different opinions, things along those lines. But if you like the Left 4 Dead games, you'll like this game. It's your typical zombie slayer. You don't have to worry about aiming. Just fucking go out there and level bitches.
It's a generic zombie shoot game.
It's my kind of game.
Speaking of generic zombie shoot games, Marvel's The Avengers.
Bum. Yeah, so
Endgame.
over the weekend, a mediocre title released.
Yeah, a pretty alright
Yeah.
movie came out. It didn't really do well in the box office, to be honest with you. I mean, it's
No, it didn't. It only
it's very obscure.
it did. So Marvel's The Endgame, it didn't do very well. It only did a quick 1.2 no,
Well, yeah, it's at over $1 billion now.
yeah, $1.2 billion.
First
God.
movie in history to do over $1 billion in opening weekend.
Yep.
And
That is pretty crazy.
Miller just calls me a zombie hater.
So
Um,
far, it has broken 144 box office records.
Oh yeah. Well, you got to think just on Thursday alone. So half of the day Thursday, they did $60 million.
Yep. Yeah, 60 million. Friday, 156 million.
Insanity.
Saturday, 110. Sunday, 90 million. Which is absolutely insane, grossing United States domestically $350 million, beating the old record set by Infinity Wars at $254 million. Sorry, $350 million is what they did. 100 more million than the second place. Globally, It did 860 million, smashing the box office success of
Infinity
Fate and the
War.
Fate and the Furious.
Oh, wow. Holy shit. Fate and the Furious is popular overseas. Wow. Okay.
Sorry. Yeah,
So-
Fate and the Furious, sorry. Fate and the Furious globally did
Fate and the Furious.
Fast and the Furious 7. The 7th movie. It
Man,
did
that should have been the 8th
No,
movie,
8.
so then they could do.
it was 8. It
so
was
they
8.
should have done Fate, like F, and then the number 8
There you go.
of the Furious.
Yeah, number 8 for
Fate
some
and the
reason was non-United States had the record, which is a weird movie to hold the record globally.
Yeah, that is very weird.
It did $443 million globally, not including the United States, which was number 1, which is a strange movie to have that category, but hey, why not?
Yeah.
I know. I heard that on the news, or like
Yeah.
somebody was talking about it on the radio, and I was like, "Really? That's
Um,
crazy that movie had such a."
yeah, Avengers
I'm not
Endgame
familiar
did
so much.
$400 million more, 860 million combined total, $1.2 billion in 4 days,
That's crazy.
which is
That's
insane.
so many dollars.
Insane. It was. Probably won't do spoilers because Schroeder hasn't seen it.
I was gonna say, are we doing spoilers or no?
Well, a lot of the
No.
audience probably hasn't seen it either.
Yeah.
So we'll hold off on the spoilers, but some of the stuff that it did. So it broke 12 advanced ticket sales. It broke 44 opening, 29 single day, the highest IMAX and 3D ever. It broke 50 IMAX box office records, fastest to 1 million, fastest to 1 billion, largest Thursday, largest Friday, largest Saturday, and largest Sunday, largest per screen, largest combined domestic, largest overseas, and largest global. If it keeps this
Wow.
pace, it has a chance to beat Avatar, which no
Wow.
movie has ever come close to doing
Wow,
so.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no movie has ever come close to doing so except for Titanic. And Star Wars Episode 7 did $2 billion. That was the only other movie to do $2 billion was Star Wars
Wow.
Episode 7, Titanic, and Avatar. And it's gonna be interesting to see see what happens.
Yeah.
With the thing. So without spoiling anything, James, what was your take on the movie?
They made a fantastic movie, just a good one.
Wait.
It had every potential to become a fantastic, the best Marvel movie ever. And with the few things in my mind that I really didn't like, it knocked it down to just a good movie.
You're
That's my hot take.
absolutely insane, sir.
It's my hot take.
I want to know what those are, but I don't know if they would spoil anything. So
Yeah, no. If they would have cut the movie down to about an hour, if they would have cut it down an hour, got rid of that fight scene, it would have been great. ending
how do you
fight.
do that though? You can't.
I
really-
will tell you after the podcast, good sir, and you will see how good an idea it would be. Because I was sitting in the fucking theater for 4 goddamn hours.
It's a long movie.
Once
is.
it hit the 2-hour mark in the movie, I'm like, I'm ready to go. I'm clocked out.
I wasn't though. I didn't really think about the
My
time.
knee was bothering me.
Well,
My
I
hip was bothering me. I'm like,
My hip.
there were fucking kids in the front row screaming,
did have a headache because
and they were giving that shit.
I did make a mistake. So down here we have what's called XD /
Oh, yeah.
luxury seating theaters. And so I'm like, okay, it'd be kind of cool to go see an XD screen. It's like 35% bigger than your average screen. It's got 70 trillion colors. The screen looked phenomenal, and the luxury seating, you actually lounge, you put your feet up, you lean back, and it's beautiful.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the seats were kind of weird. I couldn't you don't lean back very far, and it's super cushiony, so it kind of like makes your head kind of sit forward. So it gave me a headache. But it wasn't horrible. It's still super fucking comfy seats. Still, so I liked it, but no, for myself, yeah, I didn't even recognize it at the time. I really didn't. I thought it was phenomenal. The storytelling, and even in that fight scene though, when Captain America did the thing with the thing.
Whoa. No,
Did the
I
thing
marked
with the
out
thing.
pretty hard for that.
Yo, me too.
And when that one person came out and was like, "I'm gonna beat you,"
Yeah.
and just got started
Yeah.
fisticuffing someone, I marked out, and then that person got wrecked,
Dude,
and I'm like, "Well, they fucked it."
when Captain America did his thing at that scene, I made a mistake. So I went to a 11 a.m. showing. So there was a lot of young kids there and with their parents. So a lot of them
At
probably
11 a.m.
yeah, I don't know why, it was fucking weird. So there wasn't many kids there. So the reaction was kind of like, "Oh, I guarantee for 100% fact if I was at the midnight showing of the movie, that crowd was going fucking insane." That I know for a fact that crowd was cheering. They were like, "Wow!" There's probably a lot of scenes like midnight showings are just, especially for these movies, they're over the top. People
Yeah.
clapping and stuff. Mine
Right,
didn't.
of course,
Mine
of
didn't
course.
really have that, unfortunately. But because I was like one of the few
Mine had it
people.
at times.
I was one of the few people that was like, "Ugh!" And so I clapped. I couldn't be as loud as I wanted to be because there was no one else there with me, unfortunately. But it was good though. I loved it. It was. I thought the story was very well told, especially leading up to the final scene of the movie, the final long scene. That was written perfectly.
I was worried when they did the thing with the groups.
Yeah. How that was gonna play out with the stories and all the characters.
Yes, I was worried it was going to be impossible to follow.
Yeah.
But by God, did they make it? They made it good.
Oh, they did. There's so many people. They had to make it work with every character that you've ever seen in a Marvel movie so far was in this movie. Every single one. Which the majority of them were in the last one too, but this time even on a bigger scale because you didn't have your Captain Marvel, your Ant-Man, your Hawkeye. They weren't in Infinity Wars. Which isn't a spoiler because Infinity Wars has been out for a year, so if you didn't know that, then shame on you. I don't feel bad for saying that. But,
there were times in that movie, like the big thing that I can compliment that movie are there's two things that I may shit all over the movie till the cows come home, but there are two things that I will respect the shit out of. One, that cinematography, man,
oh yeah.
is absolutely breathtaking at times.
Oh, 100%. You can't even tell they use
And-
CGI like in any of it.
Yeah. It
Unreal.
was beautifully shot.
Oh yeah.
And it really showed a lot of like how grandiose a lot of the stuff was. And two, well, okay, three things. The second thing is the acting was fantastic,
Oh, 100%.
especially from Chris was it Helmsworth? Thor.
Yeah, that was he was phenomenal.
He was phenomenal.
Yeah, Thor
and
was
then-
great.
Was it Josh Brolin that does Thanos?
Yep.
Or just yeah.
Yeah.
He did fantastic
Oh yeah.
in that role.
No, it's just insane. Well, even Chris Evans when Captain
Yeah.
America when they go to get the thing and he ends up coming face to face with
Yeah.
and he was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah. So the acting was phenomenal.
Yeah.
The cinematography was incredible. But
And it's not
And-
going to win one goddamn thing in any of the movies, the movie awards, except for like
Probably not.
the MTV movies or whatever the fuck it's called. It's not going to
Yeah.
win a Golden Globe. It's not going to win an Oscar. It's going to win nothing because they never do.
No, they don't.
Well, no, they do have visual effects.
Yeah.
Though it usually wins that, but it's not gonna be best picture. It's not gonna be any of that shit.
Oh, not by a long shot. Not by a long shot.
The only reason why Heath Ledger won Best Actor that year was because he died. Where the Joker.
He did a pretty decent job as the Joker.
Well, no, he was phenomenal, but in reality, he would never have been considered.
Oh, probably not.
If he wouldn't have
Well,
passed away.
I don't know. The Christopher Nolan Batman movies were pretty highly guarded by cinema aficionados.
Yeah, but it's
Not
like
so much the Marvel movies.
no. Black Panther last year was.
But in my opinion, the best part of that movie was the score.
Oh
the
yeah.
soundtrack fit perfectly with everything going on. There were times during the movie I just closed my eyes and just listened to the soundtrack.
Really?
I was just so enthralled by the soundtrack and how beautiful and how it managed to give at the same time for one piece of work hope and sadness.
Yep.
At the same time by using these instruments.
Oh yeah.
Like it is a marvel. No pun intended. That
But yeah, no, I agree.
it's giving me goosebumps just thinking about the score right now because of how good it was. That soundtrack, I will buy that on CD if it's available.
Well, they say that a great portion of a film is, it's the music.
Yeah,
Like, even on
it's-
YouTube, you can have
Yeah.
kind of okay video, but as long as your music is good, you're okay.
Yeah, it's
You
an
can have amazing
audio
video
visual.
and terrible music and or terrible
No.
audio, and you're like, no.
But no, it's overall it was by far one of the best movies I've ever seen. Like I said, the story was so well written that you have this very short amount of time to tell a story of how they bring this universe together, back together, not back together, however you want to take it. And individual stories of 12 to 25 characters they have to tell in a 3-hour movie.
Right.
And they pull it
Yeah.
off. They did.
The ending was great.
Oh, that's phenomenal. And like I said,
The
it leads
epilogue, I should say.
it leads into obviously the next generation. Fun
Oh, yeah.
fact: Endgame is not the conclusion of Phase 3. Spider-Man: Far From Home is the conclusion of this phase. This I don't even know what you call it. This saga of Avengers movies.
This arc.
Yeah, Spider-Man: Far From Home, which Spider-Man 2 is the end of this arc of this this chapter of Avengers. That movie, obviously, I'm assuming will have end credit scenes, which this movie did not, because you don't need it. And that's not a spoiler. You can go online and research it, by the way. And this movie, I'm assuming Spider-Man will, because that will then lead into the next franchise, the next series. And I was telling Schroeder, that's the reason why Disney bought Fox, because the one key piece that they were missing in the Infinity Wars, the Civil War,
Is the Fantastic Four.
Yep. And all the X-Men. Yeah, Fantastic Four just themselves. No,
Well,
the X-Men in general.
Yeah.
And now that
You
they
really
own
couldn't
them,
do this. You really could. Okay, so the Civil War movie that we got is not the actual Civil War.
not even close.
Not even close. It's
There's more
It's-
characters in that than Infinity Wars. Kind of.
yeah, and the Civil War was the X-Men had such a huge part in the Civil War comic
Mhm.
that this is a complete different thing and that I wouldn't even call Civil War.
Like Wolverine played a huge part in it. He was just as big as Captain America and Iron Man. Wolverine and the Fantastic
No.
Four were.
No, he's way more.
Yeah, that's true.
You gotta think, like, Iron Man is a C-tier hero
Yeah.
when it comes to the comic books. Like, he is not even B tier. He is on the practice squad when it comes to like relevancy. It wasn't until these movies that
Iron Man,
propelled him to even things higher than Spider-Man.
Yep.
So, I mean, I was thinking about it a lot, you know, these past few days with, well, this past day, really, kind of reflecting on that movie. And it's after the hype wore down, because originally I was like, that was really good.
Mhm.
After the initial hype wore down of watching it and being in that atmosphere, and I started thinking about everything that happened. I'm like, this is an okay movie. This is a good movie. It is a solid 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10.
You just pissed out the world off.
I don't care. I don't really care at all.
Yeah, that's your review. I accept it. I'm just saying that's.
I don't think.
Not saying, but just saying.
Not saying, but just saying, go fuck yourself. You're wrong.
Pretty much.
Yeah, no,
The
it's
whole world hates you now.
it.
You just
it's,
alienated like the vast majority of the people that watch the show.
Yeah, pretty much.
Listen to
Yeah,
it.
pretty much. No, it's the hype. The hype can affect a lot of things.
It can.
And I think one of the big things is, you know, it was a perfect end to this saga. To these how long has it been? Like what? 7 years, 6 years, 8 years?
8 years.
8 years. It was the perfect bookend to these 8 years.
No more than
Because
that.
even though Spider-Man Far From Home is technically the end of Phase 3, no, they're fucking wrong. Avengers Endgame is the real ending. Get out of here. Spider-Man Far From Home is
10
an
years.
offshoot.
11 years. Iron Man came
11
out.
years.
Iron Man came out July 2008.
Jesus Christ. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think this was the perfect bookend to the series, to this generation.
Yep. And obviously it's
Um,
going to lead more because you still have all the movies that don't have 3, and then now that they are able to incorporate the X-Men, that's just going to unlock a whole new that's just
I'm
going to
excited for that.
that's just going to unlock a whole new world. And I'm assuming the Guardians of the Galaxy will be the headliners of this new movie because they're going to be the first one with a trilogy out of all the other movies. Because you would think
I love those movies.
Yeah, they're really good.
They're like some of my favorites.
the Guardians of the Galaxy, now that they have the first trilogy, I feel that you kind of have to make them the headliner. I guess you don't really
Wait,
have to,
What
but
do you mean by trilogy?
they're going to be the first one out of this next series to have 3 movies. Captain America, Iron Man, Thor all had 3 movies. No one else has yet.
Oh, okay. Other than those guys, yeah.
Yeah. The only ones that have 3 movies was Iron Man, Captain America,
Yeah.
Thor, the Avengers. Everyone else has had 2
The
or
Avengers
3.
doesn't
Everyone
count,
else has
though.
had 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Spider-Man will have 2. He'll be the next one. Ant-Man just had 2.
Yeah.
And then the first person
I
to
mean-
have 3 will be Guardians of the Galaxy.
Still haven't had a standalone Hulk movie.
That's not going to happen. They even said that's not going to happen. You can't. It's too hard. It's not that people. It's not a character people gravitate to. That's the problem. The only reason why the one Hulk with whatever his name is did good because there was a cameo of Iron Man in the movie, and it was that was a vocal point of the trailer when they showed Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man in the
Hey guys.
in the trailer for the Incredible Hulk.
Hey guys, I'm Robert Downey Jr.
He was only in it for like
That's what
10
it's like.
seconds. But
But he probably made $1 bajillion.
but yeah, they even said that the Hulk is too hard to make because it's not a character
No.
that people like.
No, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself, Ant-Man.
Ant-Man
Iron
did
Man.
Ant-Man did a ton of money. The second movie it did.
Yeah, exactly. But did you know who Ant-Man was before the movies?
No.
Did you know Iron Man before the movies?
I heard the name, yeah.
Exactly. Did you know of the Guardians of the fucking Galaxy before the movies?
No.
And it's not even the first Guardians of the Galaxies either. This is a different rendition of the Guardians of the Galaxies.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
don't give me that shit. All right? They take these no-name motherfuckers, these no-name superheroes, and they just elevate them. They could do it with let's see here. Let me just try to throw one out there. Why don't they do Ghost Rider again?
Good.
I'm sure they could elevate Ghost Rider or something.
Disney Plus, though, this movie is gonna be Disney Plus is gonna have TV shows that branch off this movie.
Good.
One's
Sure,
called WandaVision. It's Wanda Sykes
Oh,
and
yeah.
Vision, Scarlet Witch and Vision. It's gonna be her show.
That would be cool. That would be really cool.
Hawkeye is getting his own.
I love Hawkeye.
Ruin. What's his assassin name? Rowan.
Rowan.
Yeah, it's based off that.
Oh, I love that.
So he's getting his own one. The Scarlet Witch is getting her own, and there's
When are we
like
getting the one where the Punisher literally kills the entire Marvel?
Yeah, to punish all of them.
Deadpool.
No,
didn't
because
he kill
the
everyone
Punisher
too?
killed Deadpool.
Oh.
He
But,
killed everyone.
But yeah, so
Everyone.
and Agents of the Shield, I guess, is gonna be the next. It's also gonna be played along with this. I guess the last episode that
Oh, yeah.
aired of Agents of the Shield yesterday. If it was yesterday, I don't remember what it was. Incorporated the snapping.
Yeah. Well, that's what they really should have done with a lot of the other like Marvel TV shows is incorporate it more to the MCU
Yeah.
instead of it being their own like
So,
offshoot thing.
but yeah, this movie's gonna play big into the Disney Plus piece, which is a good idea. So,
It's their biggest cash cow.
oh yeah. So, question for movies that can beat this.
Nothing.
Obviously nothing in the near future, but one movie that comes out the end of the year. Star Wars Episode 9. The end of the Skywalker saga.
You
Will it
think?
be on par or do close to this?
No, there's already too much bad blood. There's way too much bad blood between
Yeah,
Disney
I don't know, man.
and Star Wars fans.
You don't think
doubt
they
it.
can you don't think it can have the magic as number 7 did? Number 7 broke every single record.
People like number 7 because it was the first Star Wars movie in a while that in a long while. You had Episode 3.
Or do you think number 8 ruined it too much for people?
Eight and Solo ruined it way too much for everyone.
You wouldn't see this maybe as like a not a rejuvenation of what it's called, a redemption, because J.J. Abrams is doing it again.
And he's retconning a bunch of shit. I mean, I'll see it. Don't get me wrong, I'm going to see it. But
Do you think it'll?
I don't think that it's going to ever eclipse this.
Do you think it could reach? Because they never thought 300 million on the opening weekend in the United States would ever happen, and obviously the Avengers beat it by 50 million, did 350 million. Do you think Star Wars can at least hit that 300 million? That'll probably.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a huge moneymaker for them. It's going to make a huge profit, but is it going to reach the level of success that Marvel's that the Endgame did? No, it's not going to. I don't think, at least. The only thing that I can imagine, you snort that cocaine.
I am. I can't breathe.
Yeah, I can never breathe through my nose. That's why I breathe through my mouth. The only thing that I can see coming, if let's say, and I there's part of me that bets it will happen, but let's say Endgame beats Avatar. Okay, let's say it eclipsed that elusive number. I think there's only one movie that could ever beat it.
Avatar 2?
Exactly, Avatar 2.
Maybe. But has it been too long since the original Avatar, though? It's been a freaking 11 years.
Well, was it too long for between Star Wars episode 6 and episode 1?
Yeah, that's true.
So
That is very true. Let's see what we got here. Let's go to.
okay.
Let me see something here really quick. All time.
Go ahead.
No, I just want to get the all-time grossing of Avatar. $2.7 billion is what Avatar did.
Wow.
The
Is
next
that worldwide?
worldwide,
Yeah.
2.7 billion. Titanic did 2.1 billion.
And that's incredible thinking of when it came out.
Yeah, and Star Wars did 2 billion. And Infinity Wars also did 2 billion. So 700, almost $800 million off the mark was the Infinity Wars, as well as Star Wars: The Force Awakens. So that's a
Yeah.
huge goal that it has.
Is Endgame going to beat Infinity War?
Just throwing it out there, Endgame's already the 18th highest grossing movie of all time.
Yeah.
In 4 days.
In 4 days.
18th highest grossing movie of all time in 4 days.
Jesus.
Insane. Absolutely insane. And it's on par with what Avatar was. So 72% of Avatar's gross came from overseas. 72%, 71% of Endgame is overseas. And then 27 and 28. So it's close.
I mean,
we got a long ways to go. But
it's still in the theaters for another, like 2 months.
Yep.
2-3 months. So
yeah, we shall see what happens there, but it's a huge fleet. But they say obviously, if it can maintain its momentum, it could. But is the chance is likely? Who knows? It'll definitely hit the 2 billion mark.
Yeah.
But can it
definitely
overtake Avatar? That's a long ways away.
Yeah, that it is very, very hard. I don't think it's going to.
Perfect. So that's Endgame. I'd say we do a review in about a month. Actually talk about it in about a month
Talk about
from now.
spoilers in about a month? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll have to go see it again.
Yep.
Fuck.
So
Right.
segueing
an entire fucking day for Endgame.
So segueing, nutting,
Nut weighing.
nutting our way into news. What do you got, James?
All right. So, y'all motherfuckers ain't weebs like me. So, this is for me. And for the weeb fans out there. So, Persona 5 Royale. Or Persona 5 Royal. It got a release date. Sort of. It's coming out in Japan later this year. And it's coming out in America in 2020. So next year. So that's pretty cool. The new Persona game, Persona 5. Kind of their golden edition. Going to add another character to it. Hopefully it's not as bad as Persona 4 Golden's character. That was pretty trash garbo. That's pretty neato. They also showed off. Persona had like a little event. Atlas had a little event over the past weekend. Or over the past week. Talking about some new Persona games. So they gave the Western release for Persona 5 Royal. They also talked about Persona 5S, P5S. So everyone was thinking that it was a Switch port. I mean, fuck, we even talked about how Best Buy leaked it. Persona 5 on the Switch. Turns out it's not. So Persona 5 at P5S is called Persona 5 Scramble. And it's made by Omega Force and Tecmo Koei. It's a fucking Dynasty Warriors ripoff. I am marking out so hard for it. I can run around as my favorite characters from Persona, just Persona, and just ruining a bunch of people. That's gonna be fantastic. That is coming out on the PlayStation 4 sometime. No release date has been confirmed for Japan. And no news has been released on if it's coming to the US, but with how popular Persona 5 was, it's definitely going to get a US release date. It's just a matter of when, not if. Okay, so let's see here. I'm getting notifications from Steam
Me too.
that Mark is playing shit.
Yeah, I got the same one. He must be working on the server.
He must be working on the server.
The
So
warrior.
Jeff, was it last week or the week before that we talked about the smaller new Nintendo Switch model? I can't remember if it was last week or when we did the podcast, when we did the podcast together.
The smaller Switch model. I think that was last week.
Okay, so we got a little bit more news about it.
Okay.
Rumor has it, according to the rumor mill,
The rumor
it's-
mill.
there's a cheaper Nintendo Switch model coming out in June. That's most likely going to be the smaller, more handheld focused Nintendo Switch. Okay, so the Nintendo Switch right now is 300, correct? Yes.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jeff? What do you think since Walker isn't here, what do you think a good price point for this smaller Nintendo Switch would be? What do you think?
Probably $200, somewhere around there.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking right around 200 because that would kind of play in line with like the price of like what the 3DS was when that first came out.
Right.
Because that was right around $200, especially like the new 3DS was right around 200 when that came out, and I think you could still get I still think like a new Nintendo 3DS is like 150 or something like that. So I think that will spark some sales for Nintendo, some extra sales.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of Nintendo Switch, Super Mario Maker 2 has a release date now. That is coming out June 28th. So let's get our like speculation hats on here. Do you think that it is going to be a pack-in title with the smaller Nintendo Switch? Because they say that this is coming out in June as well. The smaller Nintendo Switch.
Like they might give it to you.
Maybe.
That would be neat.
That would be. Because they really still don't have like a Switch bundle yet.
I would say so, because then that gives people incentive to buy the new Switch.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Speaking of Mario,
go ahead.
Go ahead. What are you saying, James?
Oh no, go ahead. It wasn't about Mario.
Oh, speaking of Mario, Mario Kart right now for Android phones.
Oh yeah, the beta's live.
Yep.
You have to
sign up.
Do you actually sign up for it, or do you just download it?
Nope, you got to sign up.
So I tried signing up for that, and hopefully I would get the inside scoop when that would come out.
It's MarioKartTour.com.
Yeah. I tried to do that, but my Nintendo account is not linked up to my Gmail account, which it has to be. I tried switching my email to my Gmail, but Nintendo never sent me the email for, hey, here's the confirmation to do that.
Of course.
So,
Thanks, Nintendo.
Thanks, Nintendo. Here's something for you, Walker. World War Z. It's been selling like fucking hotcakes.
Yep.
It has already sold over 1 million copies.
Everyone's craving their Left 4 Dead fix. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Everyone's craving their Left 4 Dead fix.
Yeah, I mean, good for them. You know, that's I may not like the game, but good for the studio.
Speaking of Left 4 Dead, though, the creators released 28 pictures of what Left 4 Dead 3
was going to look like.
Yeah, supposedly, but they've been doing that for years.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
Same thing with like the Half-Life stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We got news on Halo Infinite, the new Halo game. According to 343 Industries, the company behind Halo, the last few Halo games, there will be no Battle Royale mode. My God, how is it going to succeed? How will the new Halo game succeed if it doesn't have a battle royale mode?
They feel that it just by the sole name, it'll survive by
But
itself.
how will it get popular with the kids? What Ninja definitely will not play this, so how is it going to be popular?
I think they're banking on the name.
No,
Just
maybe
Halo.
they're banking on actually making a good fucking game.
Oh yeah, too. But I'm saying, like, getting the people back to it, away
Yeah.
from the battle royale side of it, by just okay, Halo. This is the next generation.
It's Halo.
It's Halo.
It's Halo. You don't need anything else.
Just like Call of
Halo
Duty,
has
just
that
like
name.
supposedly the next Call of Duty won't have a battle royale either, but it'll still sell because it's Call of Duty.
Probably won't sell well though.
Probably not.
Call of Duty has been tanking in sales recently.
Oh yeah.
Have they?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
It's-
AE and Activision in general.
Yeah. Yeah, it's no longer their big cash cow.
Uh-oh.
Let's see here. Guys, let's raise our glasses a little bit. Let's raise our drinks up into the air.
I don't have a drink, so I'll raise my piece of steak.
I
Okay.
have a big thing of water.
Oh yes, I had
And
that.
there you go. Jesus Christ, you got the same fucking thing. And let's pour a 40 out for our good friend, the Nintendo Wii U.
Dead.
Let's pour a 40 out for the Wii U. It has been officially taking off the top bar on Nintendo's website.
Really?
Officially gone. It is dead years after it should have been. Years after it should have been gone. They finally got rid of that bastard.
It's probably because
Oh, man.
Super Smash Bros.
No, it's probably because they want to forget it.
No, I'm saying the reason why it probably lasted so long was because Super Smash Bros.
Oh yeah, no. It's definitely that. Speaking of Nintendo, they had an earnings report earlier. I guess I should have lumped this all together with the Switch stuff. But they had an earnings report recently,
Okay.
and they talked about the first party games and their sales records, how much they've sold. So let's take a quick look from our good buddies at GameSpot. That's going to immediately play an ad that has sound on it because they don't like you. Oh, it's already muted. Cool. Okay, so let's take a look here. As of March 31st, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has sold more than 13.81 million units.
I
Wow.
can see that.
To put it into perspective here, hold on. To put it into perspective, the Nintendo Wii U sales. The Nintendo Wii U sold 13.5 million units.
So the game is sold as much as the console.
More than the console.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, a
Mhm.
little bit.
Just a little bit of wows. And that's only since December. So what? That's 4 months. And it already sold more than an entire system from Nintendo.
That Game Man, though, that's probably one of the best, greatest games of all time. That series of games.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The next highest selling game is Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, which has sold 10.63 million copies combined. To put that into perspective, the latest mainline Pokemon game, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, only sold 8.37 million units.
Wow.
Let's see here. Super Mario Party has surpassed 6 million copies. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, which released in January, has sold 3.31 million, which puts it above the standalone Wii U version, Super Mario Luigi U, by roughly 2 million units. And 2 million units shy of New Super Mario Bros. U lifetime sales.
That's wild.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has sold 7.47 million units in the past fiscal year, bringing up the lifetime Switch sales to 16.69 million units.
That's a lot, man.
Insane.
Let's see here. What else? Nintendo had a 12.7% year-to-year increase. They also had some other things saying the consoles they have gone through 34.74 million Switches.
Jeez.
Fiscal year. Yeah, so they haven't really said. They did say about the Nintendo Switch online service. It has some pretty good. I think it has like 5 million subscribers or something like that. Most of which is because of Tetris 99.
That's wild.
But Nintendo is killing it right now. Absolutely killing it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's great, you know, after how badly the Wii U bombed, after how much of a disappointment that was, it's good to see them finally back on their feet. The only true gaming company left.
Oh, yeah.
Back on their feet. Let's see here. We did that. Oh, and then finally, the last thing that I have on the docket.
Do you guys like memes?
Yeah.
Who doesn't like memes?
Do you like SpongeBob memes?
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Nickelodeon is trying to cash in on your love for
Memes.
by releasing SpongeBob meme figures.
Oh, my God.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
So you can get SpongeBob going imagination, or the Neanderthal SpongeBob screaming, and all of your favorite meme templates
That's amazing.
now on Amazon.
That's phenomenal.
So fuck it, why not? Fuck it. Let's just say it right now. Fuck it. I don't
That's
even care
hilarious.
anymore. I really don't care. I saw that and I'm like, this has to be in. This has to be
Oh,
in on
yeah.
the docket.
For me,
But
I
that's
got
it for me.
I got a couple things. So, Breath of the Wild VR is getting horrible reviews.
Oh yeah.
Everyone says it's super uncomfortable, awkward, and just it's not good.
Strange.
Because it's third person, so you're essentially watching, like we said, the other one. You're watching your Switch just in front of your face. You're not the character. I'm not gonna say the name because James will get mad because I probably messed it up. So
Who do you play as?
Link.
There we go.
I'm reading it. That's why I said it. And it's
You're
just
gonna
it's
say
just
Zelda.
I was, and it's just
I'm
awkward.
playing as the Majora.
And people aren't happy, and they said the same thing with Odyssey. It's just awkward playing. Going into Madden, it's kind of a left turn from what we usually talk about. The cover
Yeah,
star
it is.
is Juju Smith-Schuster. For those who didn't know, he's the wide receiver of the Steelers.
No, it's not.
Yeah, Juju Smith-Schuster.
No, it's not.
Yeah, he's the cover.
No,
No,
it's,
never mind. It's
It's Kyle.
it's,
what's his name?
it's the dude
Mahoney?
from yeah,
Kansas
sorry.
City.
Yeah, my bad. I don't know.
I was
why.
gonna say. I was like, the fuck?
Never mind. Patrick Mahomes.
No, man. Juju Smith-Jr.'s too much of a weeb.
Yeah, never mind. Patrick Mahomes is the cover of Madden 20. Sorry, I don't know why I said Juju Smith-Schuster. He was considered. He was number 2, but they ended up not going with him.
He's too much of a weeb to be on the cover.
Um,
Because it would have to be kawaii as fuck.
Yeah. So August 2nd is when the next Madden releases, Madden 20. Fortnite came out with a cool update to go with Avengers. They actually released the mode. It was, I don't know if you guys remember hearing about it last year, where they incorporated Thanos into the game, where you actually got Thanos. His gauntlet essentially fell from the sky, and then you had to converge onto it, and you became Thanos, and he was just ungodly powerful. And if you got lucky enough to kill him, you became Thanos. And
I am Thanos.
In this mode, it's the Avengers versus Thanos and his army. So
that'd be cool.
A random person becomes Thanos, and you're his army, and you're after the 6 Infinity Stones. You get the 6 Infinity Stones, Thanos gets stronger, whoever that is, and he gets more health. You get all 6 Infinity Stones, Thanos basically becomes unbeatable, and then that team wins. You're the Avengers, you have to go find chests, and in the chests, you play as your regular character, and you have to go locate chests, and in those chests are either Hawkeye's bow, Captain America's shield, Thor's hammers, or Iron Man's gloves. And you become one of them, and then you obviously have to then fight the bad guys and protect the Infinity Stones and not let them get them. So it's kind of cool.
Here's something weird that I saw the other day too.
What?
That's pretty newsworthy. The game Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice.
Mm-hmm.
Someone already beat it with a pair of Donkey Konga bongo drums.
Oh my god.
Never ceases to amaze me that what the Dark Souls community can do. Never ceases to amaze me.
Set, dude.
It is a special skill set. Something that I do not have.
That's insane. Also with Fortnite, the World Cup is this year. And for those of you guys who don't know, they released soccer skins last year sometime. I don't remember what it was for. I don't remember what they released soccer skins for, but essentially they're going to have a lot of gear and a lot of modes in commemorative of the World Cup for this year. Because
is the World Cup this year?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Really?
Or maybe it's next year.
Yeah, I don't think it's next year because the Olympics is next year.
Yeah, then it's this year. The World Cup's this year.
Hold on. I'm Googling. Go for it.
At least that's what it says. Fortnite will stabilize gameplay and release modes ahead of World Cup.
It was the last World Cup was in 2018.
That was the Women's World Cup though?
No, that was in Russia.
Was that the men? I don't know. Well, that's what it says. It doesn't.
So
it doesn't say
2022 will be the next World Cup.
Oh well.
That's probably why they released the soccer stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's why they did do it, and they're gonna put more modes. I don't know why they were saying that now. Then I thought it was more irrelevant till now. Titanfall. Titanfall has been delayed and stopped production because Respawn is focusing all their efforts on Apex Legends Season 2. They realize that there has been a significant decline in the likeliness of that game, but considering that 50 million people played that game at one time, they want to capitalize on that. And so they literally stopped making that game, and they said, okay, screw this. We're focusing on Apex Legends Season 2 to bring this game back and bring it back to what it was and even better. There is no say as to when they
Give me Titanfall 3.
There is no say as to when they will actually release Titanfall 3. They have no foreseeable plans in the future. Because as right now, all their focus is on Apex Legends.
Fuck Apex. Give me Titanfall.
So
Titanfall's so good.
They were predicting that maybe 2021, 2022, that maybe as long as they can release Season 2 without a hitch, that it goes well, then they will resume production. If not, they will continue working on Apex, as they feel that Apex is the key to bringing back Activision, uh, all of that, those companies, EA, Respawn
EA.
Entertainment, things like that. So, but yeah, currently Apex is about 1/4 of what it was. Unfortunately, Fortnite came back and took over. So they said, "Screw it, we're gonna focus our efforts on this and nothing else."
Mhm.
And
You can
last-
see the disappointment on my face.
two more things I have. This is more so for me than you guys, but
Hey, I had a whole Persona segment, so.
that's true. Cox Internet. It's what I have. They
Oh, I heard about this.
they are releasing what is called the Elite Gamer Internet. It is actually called Elite Gamer, and what it is supposed to do, it is supposed to reduce lag by 34%, jittering by 44%, and latency by 55%. You have to at least have 100 megs or higher, and then you can purchase this for $15 extra a month. What it doesn't do, it does not increase your speed, it does not prioritize internet traffic, it doesn't use different internet equipment, and it doesn't change how your network is. You use your same router, same everything. But what it's supposed
So what you're saying is it won't do anything.
and that's essentially the reviews, but supposedly it'll take the messy internet world and it'll directly pinpoint the computers that you submit to Cox, verifying the computer, and it'll make more or less streamline the server through your router, through your modem, through the coax, not coax, through the Ethernet directly to that. Because how internet works, it comes in on channels. So you get a modem that's a 36 channel modem, you have internet coming in through all over the place. Supposedly this takes all of those and narrows it to one channel for each computer, but you have to register the computers, and you can only register 2 computers. If you want more computers, it's $5 extra a month.
That's the stupidest fucking thing. That's the most snake oil fucking thing I've ever heard in my life.
So supposedly it'll result in physically shorter pathways from point A to point B, hence deleting the jittery and the lagginess. And it makes less congestion. It is only active while you're gaming. Otherwise, the system doesn't kick in.
Well, here's the thing. How does the system know that you're gaming?
that's the biggest the biggest thing. So
How would the system know? Like, I can understand if it's going to, like, you know, Activision servers or to EA servers or to Blizzard servers, you know, but what if you're playing some fucking, like, obscure multiplayer game, you know?
I guess it
What
just
if you're not
depends,
playing, like, the big games?
it depends how much a bandwidth is getting pulled from the internet.
I
So
guess.
you're streaming online, you're using like my shit's spiking hardcore, and I'm assuming that's when it realizes that it only spikes when you're doing that. So an internet bill add-on the company claims will optimize connections between the player and video game servers for highly popular titles like Fortnite, Apex,
There we go.
Overwatch. Customers who sign up for the service, Cox says it will seek out the most efficient path to the game's server. Theoretically, this could result in reducing ping, a lower latency, which is a big factor for any shooter that has movement or anything like that. Cox Gamer does not speed up your internet itself. The IP address, the ISP told the motherboard that it does not alter speed in any way, nor does it prioritize traffic over other networks. Cox does not want people thinking that this is a fast lane, that essentially you're gaming, you're getting better internet than your neighbor. Everyone still has the same internet. It's just prioritizing the internet inside your house. Instead, it's cutting down on the congestion and number of hoops between your PC and the servers that it is trying to reach. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
That's so fucking dumb.
It is easy to see how Cox can make money off of this, but is it actually the actual benefit for gamers is way less clear. This company says this track record of this types of service has been very spotty, and most companies have gotten rid of it.
Yeah, because it's fucking dumb and it doesn't do shit.
So, it's already gotten many negative views from Reddit.
As it should.
So, Cox claims subscribers can control their connection from end to end, but the company simply doesn't have that sort of infrastructure to make good on that promise. So essentially, even though Cox says you can control everything, they don't have the technology or the servers to be able to do so because they're not a big enough company like Spectrum. And this is currently only in Arizona. So supposedly
it's not leaving Arizona.
Supposedly I can get it, and I actually got an email about it. That's the only reason why I know about it, asking me to try it. So.
Yeah, no, that's never leaving Arizona. That's dying there.
So it's interesting to see that concept. The only last thing I have is that it's been confirmed that Suicide Squad 2 is no longer called Suicide Squad 2. It is a complete reboot. They are completely redoing that movie from beginning to end. It has not been said if they are getting new characters, if they are replacing Harley Quinn, Will Smith. But it is a complete reboot. It is not Suicide Squad 2.
Well, Will Smith wasn't going to be in this one.
Yeah, I read that a while ago that he wasn't sure if he wanted to. But Harley Quinn, I guess, is the biggest question mark because it is a complete reboot. Will she be in it?
Yeah, but what about all the 14-year-old girls wear on Halloween?
Yeah, I know. One of the biggest costumes for the last 2 years. And the director, once he is finished doing this, he will immediately start in Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yep.
That'll be cool. I'm looking forward to that movie.
So,
me too.
I like the Guardians. They're funny.
But yeah, it was supposed to be Suicide Squad 2. It was going to be a continuation, but it is not. It is not a sequel of any sort. It is 100% reboot from the movie that's only 2 years old.
Yep. That's the state of DC movies.
I don't even
they're rebooting a series, or they're rebooting a movie that's only been out for 2 years.
I don't even think it's been that. I think it's been like a year and a half.
No, it's been 2 years.
They haven't been on very long at all.
But nevertheless, though, it's still hilarious that it's that short amount of time that they were like, yeah, unfortunately, we got to redo it.
Yeah,
in hopes that you completely forget about that other one.
Well, I think everyone already has.
I think they have to have Harley Quinn in it though, because
they have to.
That's still to this day a huge seller for costumes.
Yeah,
it is.
The costume industry will falter if not.
You got to think though, like how many girls bought the wig with their ponytails, dyed it, wear the short skirt, and all that shit, had the bat, the hammer.
Exactly.
Yep.
That was huge. That costume alone was like probably 3/4 of the girl costumes last year.
Yeah,
if not more.
Like I said, what are the 14-year-old girls gonna do? And this girls living in that are sorority sisters, what are they gonna wear for Halloween?
Pretty much. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Because they were talking about doing a standalone movie for her. So at this point, you kind of have to have her in it. But how do you have her in it and no one else is the same?
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
So that is all I have, and that is the news, ladies and gentlemen.
News. Okay. So you want to get on to did you have something that you wanted to any of you guys have any questions that you want to pose to us that you want to say?
No. Nothing comes up.
Any big hot topics? Anyone in any of the chats want to say anything? They want to ask us anything? Open forum time.
What about the releases?
Oh, yeah, fuck. Releases.com. I almost forgot. Releases.com.
What we got
All right.
out?
Releases, games coming out. All games. Let's see here. We have, what's that? 28. So we have,
What is Fade to Silence?
no, probably a horror game, I'd assume.
Watch the trailer.
We have
Fade to silence.
Bird Game coming out on the PlayStation 4 on the 30th, which would be tomorrow, at least me and Jeff's time. Fade to Silence. Box VR coming out also on the 30th. Final Fantasy 12 Zodiac Age probably coming out on the Switch. We have Starlink Battle for Atlas finally coming out on PC. Wow, took them long enough. Bomb Chicken coming out on PS4. Let's see about March. Or May. Tabletop
It's
Racing World Tour coming out on the Switch on May 1st. Nothing really. Oh, SNK 40th Anniversary Collection comes out on the Xbox One on May 3rd. Yep. Really nothing. Whole lot of nothing.
Can't hear you, Walker.
Cannot hear you, Walker.
I was muted. Sorry. Especially for the movie world, you got to figure out for a movie like Avengers, the companies would be
no one's gonna
stupid.
do it.
You do have in 2 weeks the Lego Movie Part 2.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that was coming out.
That'll
I
be
forgot
good.
that was the thing.
Word up. I got nothing
Word
else. Do you guys got
Uh,
anything?
No.
I think that's the vast majority of it.
Yeah. Got ourselves a nice good 2 hours.
So, Schroeder,
Hmm?
what's coming up? What's coming out? Where can they find you?
Nowhere. You know
Nowhere.
this. Nowhere. I'll probably be crawling out of my cave here pretty soon. Especially in gaming on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Typically, you can just search it and it comes up. I think.
It
Used
should.
to.
Used to.
Yeah.
You'd used to. I don't know about it
In the
anymore.
description box at the under the video.
Make sure you reach out to him if you're interested in participating in the good old GTA 5 server beta test. Reach out to him, Splash Screen Gaming. More the merrier.
It's gonna be fun.
What about you,
Wow,
How
James?
about you guys? Yeah, what do you guys got going on?
Well, let's see here. We got what I feel like uploading it. I think so. I think because scheduling wise, me and Mitchell decided we're gonna drop Resident Evil 4 from 2 days a week to just 1 day a week. Because we're almost done. We only have a few more episodes left of that. Probably like 1 or 2 more recording sessions worth of material left for that. I don't know. We haven't finalized it yet. But we got Yakuza 0 coming out one of these days. The new episode. We got Samurai Warriors 4 Empires. That's going to be starting soon. And same with Resident Evil is still trucking along. As well as still going to get off my ass one of these days and start recording for my review of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure game. And play some Days Gone.
Heck yeah,
You
man.
can find that on youtube.com/people8studios, twitch.tv/people8studios, and on Twitter @people810. Walker, go.
Pew pew.
What's coming up?
So hoping to get some more Uno in. The epic
no.
The epic game of Uno. Some swearing, beer drinking, and having some fun playing Uno.
Mhm.
At the same time, I don't know. Maybe if Miller wants to do some World War Z, play that. Call of Duty, probably. Obviously, that's the old reliable for
Maybe.
us. That's undecided. It's not dead, but it's always in the back burner of like, hey, bored, want to play some Call of Duty? Sure, why not? Past that, there's really not that many games. Uno, man. Uno's gonna be it until Schroeder releases GTA 5, and then
Yeah.
I want to start.
Until he single-handedly releases GTA 5.
Exactly.
Oh man,
By himself.
That's those other other guys.
the rebrand of GTA 5 because I can be the cop and practice my my law authority.
Inspired by Days of Our Lives.
I was talking to Nicole about it. I do want to start a YouTube channel because obviously I do have mine, Captain_Geach15. Don't really use it, but I need to. But like an adventure YouTube channel, like from all the mountains, the hiking, the environment and stuff like here.
Get yourself a GoPro.
Like that's what I was thinking. Like kind of having like an adventure, like a hiking type scenario / fitness. That'd be interesting. Like kind of like maybe get a drone, have it follow me, have a couple times where you have like the overview of the desert and the mountains and shit. I don't know. We'll see. Like go to the Grand Canyon and do all that kind of stuff. It's all here, so
Might as well take advantage.
We'll see what happens. I don't know how to go about starting that. But if I'm gonna be losing weight and want to hike and do all that stuff, why not incorporate some fun into it? You know?
Yeah.
So that's kind of an idea I've been throwing around. It took me forever to get up the courage to do
like geocaching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It took me up all the courage to finally do the police academy thing. So why not start branching out and
That's the sound of the police.
doing more in terms of like fun adventure stuff? Because there's people out there like watching that stuff. It's cool to watch. So that's pretty much about it for myself. Don't really have much going on, but as always, you can find me at Captain_Geach15 on the YouTube, on the Twitch, and Twitter, and just flat out straight Captain Geach 15 on Instagram because Captain_Geach 15 was deleted. So
Yep.
which every single time I post that image, I'm like, ugh, okay, this is similar to this image. Ugh, gotta be careful.
Yeah.
And as always, make sure you follow us, you like us, you listen to our podcast live, updates every week, levelunlockpodcast.podbean.com, and anywhere podcasts are available. And make sure you follow us on Twitter at what, James?
LVL Unlock Pod.
Whoop, whoop. Thank you, as always, for hanging out, for listening. We are your boys. We are your family. Thanks for being there. Thanks for hanging out. Level Unlock Podcast, episode
Arigato.
13. We will see you next week, guys. Have a great
Bye.
day, evening, whenever you're listening to it. Peace.
Have a good
Bye.
one, guys.